If you're commuting through Metro Manila, chances are you'll ride the LRT-1 at some point, and this guide has everything you need to know. From station tips to fare info and accessibility notes, here's your full walkthrough of all 25 stops along the LRT-1 line. What's up, beach listeners? It's Hannah. For over 15 years, our team, together with the Port Traveler, has been exploring the Philippines to list out the best that the country has to offer. The Light Rail Transit Line 1, or LRT-1, is one out of two lines under the Manila Light Rail Transit System and is one out of the three elevated railways in Metro Manila. It's also the only one that is fully elevated, since LRT-2 and MRT-3 do have some underground stations or platforms. The LRT-1 line got an upgrade last November 24, 2024 with 5 new stations. You'll find all 25 active stations here in this video. Technically, the Unified Grand Central Station near SM North EDSA makes 26 stations, but we opted not to include that yet since it's not operational as of the moment. Currently, the LRT-1 connects Quezon City, Caloocan, Manila, Pasay, and Parañaque. Since the LRT-1 has had many developments over the years, some signs leading northbound may still say Monumento when the last station northbound is now FPJ Station, formerly Roosevelt Station. On the other hand, some signs leading southbound may still say EDSA Taft when the latest southbound station is Dr. Santos Station. Unlike the MRT-3 and LRT-2 lines, which have a concourse at every station, some LRT-1 stations do not have a concourse before reaching the platforms. This means that for most stations, you will automatically reach the security guards, ticketing booths, and the turnstiles upon walking up the stairs. This also means that for some stations, if you are on the side of the northbound station, you will have to cross the road to access the southbound station and vice versa. This is particularly true for smaller stations. On the topic of stairs, not all stations are equipped with elevators or escalators. Don't worry, we're going through each of the stations in this video, so keep watching if you need specific information for a certain station. This isn't our first Manila transport guide since we do have guides on the EDSA Carousel and One Ayala Terminal, and this definitely isn't our last one. We're making more videos on LRT-2, Cubao, and even the Ube Express for airport transfers. If you want to see those on our channel, make sure to like and subscribe, and you can also support us by following our Facebook page. Another detail you need to know about the LRT-1 trains is that the first car of each train is dedicated to two groups. First, people with disability, senior citizens, pregnant women, and people with young children, and second, to women in general. You'll find special boarding areas for both groups on the platform. But before you even get to the platforms, you need to buy a ticket. All of the stations do have their own ticketing booths from which you can buy single journey tickets or SJTs. However, take note that some stations have two entrances and sometimes only one entrance will have an attendant manning the booth. Usually, the entrances without an attendant will still have turnstiles, which is convenient if you have a stored value card, which comes in the form of the beep card. If you don't think you'll be using Metro Manila train lines regularly, you may want to buy a single journey ticket or SJTs instead. You can do so by first going to the teller or attendant in the ticket booth to buy a ticket, or second, buying an SJT via the ticket vending machine. If you'll be riding Metro Manila trains regularly, I highly recommend you get the beep card. Not only is it more convenient, but discounted fares apply to you on the LRT-1 if you have a beep card. If you're only visiting Metro Manila and you're still looking for accommodations, you can find a few hotels, hostels, and inns on Klook. Make sure to use our promo code PHBeachClook. And if the code doesn't work, you can always redeem your discount voucher via this link, philippinebeaches.org/Klook. You can also check Agoda and use Agoda TPT for up to 10% off on accommodations. Here are the fare matrices for both SJTs and SVCs, or stored value cards, straight from the LRT-1 official website. If you don't have a beep card, you can purchase one online through popular e-commerce platforms, but I must say that they are quite expensive, since you're mostly just paying for the card with very little load already in the card. If you're on a budget, your best bet is to go to stations that aren't as busy and check their ticket vending machines or TVMs to see if they have beep cards in stock. Now, how do you load your beep card? Here are 4 ways that I know of, and if you know of more options, please let us know in the comments. The last option is my favorite option. First, you can use the ticket vending machines at any station to reload your beep card. Do take note that some vending machines are not as updated in the sense that they do not accept certain coins or bills. This is particularly true for older stations. Additionally, some stations also have coin machines that allow you to convert your bills to coins should you need it. Second, there are some digital loading machines in some stations. Take note that some of these will allow you to insert bills, but some only allow digital payments. Third, you can add load to your card via digital payment channels like digital banks and e-wallets. Beep has a page on their website dedicated to this, and you'll find the link in the description of this video. Do take note that many of these options will require you to still drop by one of the e-load stations above to quote-unquote fetch the load or claim the load that you purchased so that it actually shows up in your card. To me, this is an additional step that I have to physically do in the station, which is why the fourth option is my favorite. You can also purchase and fetch Beep Load via the Beep app. You'll find versions of the app on both the App Store for iPhones and Google Play Store for Android phones. Here's a video on how I do it. Take note that your phone should be NFC enabled in order to fetch the load through the app.
E-wallet. So, pwede ka kasi mag-load through GCash. Yan. So, confirm ko lang, may fee lang na onte. So, ako GCash. Ito. Yan. Tapos, QR. Upload QR. Yan. Tapos, payment. Diretso na siya ng payment. Confirm na yung payment. Tapos, yan. Payment confirmed. Please go back. Yan. Payment successful. Tapos, back to merchant. Payment successful. Ngayon, kailangan mo kasi siyang i-fetch. So, ngayon, fetch tayo. May NFC kasi ang certain phones. Pag skinan na niya, na-fetch na niya. So, fetch successfully, ibig sabihin dapat mag-update. 248.
At this point, you guys are ready to board the LRT-1. From north to south, here are the LRT-1 stations in order from Fernando Poe Jr. Station to Dr. Santos Station. Fernando Poe Jr., formerly known as Muñoz or Roosevelt Station, is the first southbound station of the LRT-1. Launched in October 2010, this station was officially renamed in 2023 to honor the late king of Philippine movies and national artist for cinema. The FPJ station is connected to Walter Mart North EDSA on the northbound side and to Jackman Plaza Muñoz on the southbound side. Take note that you can access both northbound and southbound platforms from the concourse. For access, this station has stairs, escalators, and elevators. There are also TVMs at the station if you want to skip the ticketing booth. Aside from the above-mentioned malls, other nearby landmarks at the station include Muñoz Market, EDSA Carousel Roosevelt Station, SNR Congressional, Quezon City General Hospital, and STI College Muñoz EDSA. While still part of QC, the Balintawak station borders Caloocan. Added to the LRT-1 route at the same time as Roosevelt or FPJ station, this station sits in front of Pure Gold Balintawak, which sits on the northbound side. On the southbound side, you'll find Lander Superstore and Wilcon Depot Balintawak, though both landmarks are a few minutes walk away. Take note that you can access both northbound and southbound platforms from the concourse. Similar to the previous station, this station has stairs, escalators, and elevators. There are also TVMs at this station if you want to skip the ticketing booth. This station is also linked to the EDSA Carousel Balintawak station. You can actually access the bus line through the train station. Other nearby landmarks at the station include Ayala Malls, Cloverleaf, Balintawak Market, Cry of Balintawak Monument, Metro Manila Skyway Entrance, and the Cloverleaf Estate. The Yamaha Monumento station is one out of 2 stations that serve the city of Caloocan. Each platform is accessible only from its corresponding station, northbound from the northbound station and southbound from the southbound station. The southbound side has 2 entrances, one for regular lane customers that do not have beep cards and a beep lane for those with SVCs. The southbound side of the station has stairs and elevators and some ticket vending machines. The northbound side is directly connected to SM City Grand Central. This station is nearest to Malabon, Navotas, and Valenzuela. Other nearby landmarks at the station include Araneta Square, Caloocan City Public Library, Malabon Zoo, Manila Central University, MCU Hospital, Monumento Circle, Pure Gold Monumento, and Victory Plaza. This station is the second and last LRT-1 station within Caloocan City. It is named such because it straddles the intersection of Rizal Avenue Extension and 5th Avenue, also known as C3 Road. To access the southbound platform, you can enter the stairs right by the Generics Pharmacy and Monarch Equipment Corporation, or via the stairs near Japan Parts Bearing Corporation on the other side of C3. To access the northbound platform, you can enter the stairs right by the 7-Eleven 5th Avenue or via the stairs near Security Bank 5th Avenue on the other side of C3. Since this is one of the smaller stations, the only way to access any of the platforms is via stairs. Other nearby landmarks at this station include Thai To Taoist Temple Pagoda and Ongshu Si Buddhist Temple. The LRT-1 leaves Caloocan after 5th Avenue Station and enters Manila through the R. Papa Station. This station sits beside Ricardo Papa Street on the southbound side with an entrance near Layog Woodworks. If you're entering on the northbound side, find the entrance near the Manila Chinese Cemetery North Gate. Similar to the previous station, the only way to access any of the platforms is via stairs. Other nearby landmarks at the station include La Loma Cemetery and Barrio Obrero Elementary School. This station is located near the fork where Rizal Avenue Extension splits off toward Abad Santos Avenue. While R. Papa largely serves the district of Tondo, both Tondo and Santa Cruz residents benefit from the Abad Santos station. If you're traveling southbound, go up the stairs near 7-Eleven Samat Tondo. If you're traveling northbound, go up the stairs near KAMCS Furniture. The only way to access either platform is through using the stairs. You also won't find any TVMs on the southbound side, just a regular ticketing booth and an e-loading station. It shares most of the same landmarks as our Papa Station since the two stations are only 700 meters apart, but Abad Santos Station is a bit nearer to Hospital ng Tondo. Blumentritt Station is only a kilometer away from Abad Santos Station, which is around a 15-minute walk away. This station connects you to PNR Blumentritt Station, but do take note that the PNR is currently closed to accommodate the development of the North-South Commuter Railway. This station has two entrances on each side. If you're traveling southbound, enter near the Pure Gold on the corner of Antipolo Street and Rizal Avenue Extension. You can also cross to the other side of Antipolo Street and enter near I Love Milk Tea's LRT Blumentritt branch. If you're traveling northbound, enter near Jeber Trading or Andox. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs. You'll find one TVM on the southbound side. Nearby landmarks at the station include Chinese General Hospital, Manila North Cemetery, and SM San Lazaro. This station is a favorite of mine simply because it sits so close to Dangwa Flower Market. However, the Tayuman station entrances are a bit harder to find. On the southbound side, you'll find the entrance near Angels Burger Avenida. On the northbound side, you'll find the entrance near 7-Eleven Tayuman, right beside Tayuman Center Mall. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs. Nearby landmarks at the station include Jose R. Reyes Memorial Medical Center, San Lazaro Hospital, Dangwa Flower Market, and the Department of Health Head Office. If you're a med or dental student, this station is probably your best friend. Bambang is known for being a hub for medical and laboratory supplies, and thankfully the Bambang station sits so close to it. The southbound entrance sits near LBC Express, LRT Bambang branch, while the northbound entrance sits beside ELC Medical Apparel and Supplies. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs, and you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. It shares most of the same landmarks as the Tayuman Station, but it is a bit closer to these other landmarks: Hope Christian School, Metropolitan Medical Center, and University of Santo Tomas. If you're heading east of Metro Manila, you'll find this station convenient as it connects to the LRT-2 line, which starts at Recto Station on the eastbound side. There's a bridge that directly connects to LRT-2 within the train station. There is only one entrance on each side of the Doroteo Jose station, but the advantage is that you can cross to either side through the concourse. Enter the southbound side via the Dunkin' Donuts branch that sits near the Manila Grand Opera Hotel. Meanwhile, you can enter the northbound side via the entrance that sits right beside Liberty D. Jose. Since D. Jose station is one of the larger stations, it's better equipped with elevators and escalators for accessibility and a few TVMs to cater to its many passengers. Nearby landmarks at this station include Tutuban Center, Divisoria, Far Eastern University, University of the East Manila, and Isetan Cinema Recto. Carriedo Station connects you to iconic Manila areas like Binondo, Quiapo, and Escolta. If you guys are planning to do a food trip to Binondo, we have a video on that to give you some ideas. While this station is only accessible via stairs, no escalators or elevators here, it does have two entrances per side. On the northbound side, enter the station through the stairs near Urban Generation Department side or through the entrance near Isetan Carriedo. On the southbound side, enter the station through Pure Gold Carriedo or Good Earth Plaza. Since Carriedo Station does have concourse areas, you can honestly enter from anywhere and still be able to access both northbound and southbound platforms without having to cross the street. You'll find TVMs at the station which should make loading or purchasing SJTs more convenient. If you're riding from Carriedo Station to Central Terminal Station, I'd make it a point to sit on the right side of the train so that you can catch a glimpse of the Manila Metropolitan Theater. Nearby landmarks at this station include Quiapo Church, Liwasang Bonifacio, Philippine Postal Corporation, Plaza Lacson, SM Quiapo, and Fiat University. If you're planning to visit Intramuros, I'd say this is the best station to alight at. The closest entrance to the walled city, which is near the Bayleaf Intramuros, is 850 meters away, which is an estimated 12-minute walk from the station. Aside from doing a video on Binondo, we've also done a video on Intramuros, which you can check here. Central Terminal Station, formerly known as Arroceros Station, sits on Manila's University Belt. You'll find educational institutions near it, most of which can be found within Intramuros. Colegio de San Juan de Letran, the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila, the Mapua University, and the Lyceum of the Philippines University. Outside the bounds of Intramuros, the Philippine Normal University is quite near Central as well. In terms of transportation, you will find the following options within the area. The Lawton Bus Terminal or the Lawton Park and Ride used by intercity and intracity buses, jeepneys, and UV Express vehicles. The Manila Multimodal Terminal by the Pasig River, and the Lawton Station of the Pasig River Ferry Service. The Central Station has one general entrance that leads to two symmetrical entrances. Do note that one side is temporarily closed, but you can still enter from the lone operating entrance at the moment and still be able to access both northbound and southbound platforms without having to cross the street. You'll find TVMs at the station but no escalators or elevators. If you're riding from Central Terminal Station to UN Avenue Station, sit on the right to catch a glimpse of some key tourist attractions in Manila. Since UN Avenue Station is quite close to Central Station, it has many of the same landmarks, but it is also much closer to a few government offices, schools, and especially tourist attractions. This station has 4 entrances. On the southbound side, you can enter via the entrance near Sugar Panda UN LRT branch or via the entrance near Turks UN Avenue. On the northbound side, you'll find an entrance near the McDonald's in front of the Medical Center Manila or Manila Med or the entrance near the UN Avenue gate of Araulio High School. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances. And you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. Nearby landmarks at this station include Technological University of the Philippines, Supreme Court of the Philippines, Rizal Park or Luneta Park, and the National Museum Complex. Much like the 2 previously mentioned stations, Pedro Gil Station can be found along the University Belt, which means you'll find many students utilizing this station. The station has only one entrance on each side. If you're traveling southbound, you can enter at the entrance right outside the UP College of Dentistry. On the northbound side, you can enter via the entrance near Mang Inasal. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances, and you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. If you need a TVM, you'll find one at the southbound side of the station. If you need to get to the airport, the Ube Express route has buses at Robinson's Place, Manila. You can ride a tricycle to Robinson's Manila, but do note that it costs quite a bit for a less than 10-minute ride, 60 pesos to 70 pesos. It's also walking distance, but your mileage may vary, especially if you're bringing luggage with you. Nearby landmarks at the station include Paco Park, Philippine Christian University, Philippine General Hospital, Philippine Women's University, St. Paul University Manila, and University of the Philippines Manila. The station sits at the intersection of Quirino Avenue, Taft Avenue, and San Andres Street. While this ensures that this area is always busy, commuters also benefit from the abundance of taxis, jeeps, and buses bound for various areas in and around Malate, Manila. On the southbound side, you can enter near Mark 2000 Tower or on docks on the corner of Taft and Quirino. On the northbound side, enter near Emmanuel Medical and Diagnostic Center or on the other side of Quirino Avenue just across McDonald's near the Bellagio Tower. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances. And you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. If you need a TVM, you'll find one at the northbound side of the station. Nearby landmarks at the station include Adriatico Street, Manila Yacht Club, Manila Zoo, Hospital ng Maynila Medical Center, Plaza Raja Sulaiman, and Remedios Circle. Similar to UN Avenue Station, Vito Cruz Station sits right at the doorstep of a few schools, namely De La Salle University or DLSU, De La Salle College of St. Benilde, DLS-CSB, and St. Scholastica's College. This station has only one entrance on each side. If you're traveling southbound, you can enter at the entrance near University Mall or McDonald's Taft. On the northbound side, you can enter via the entrance near Dunkin' Donuts or National Bookstore Taft branch. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs, since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances. And you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. If you need a TVM, you'll find one at the southbound side of the station. Nearby landmarks at the station include Coconut Palace, Cultural Center of the Philippines, Folk Arts Theater, Manila Film Center, and Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. The Gil Puyat station sits on the avenue it's named after, which intersects Taft Avenue. If you're bound for Makati, this station is a convenient one to alight at. If you're looking for things to do in Makati, you can watch our video on that here. You'll find one southbound entrance right beside the Taft Central Mall and another one near the Jackliner Terminal. On the northbound side, you can enter through the entrance near Watson's Pharmacy or the entrance near One Buendia Food Plaza. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances, and you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. If you need a TVM, you'll find one at the northbound side of the station. Before PITX became a thing, Buendia used to be the transport hub for people going south of Metro Manila to Laguna, Batangas, Lucena, and Marinduque. You'll still find buses bound for these provinces in the area. You will also find BGC buses that pick up passengers between this station, Juan Ayala, and the McKinley Exchange Corporate Center, which links LRT-1 to Bonifacio Global City. Nearby landmarks at this station include Arellano University, GSIS Complex, Star City, and World Trade Center. We leave Manila and enter Pasay through this station. You may hear it being called Arnaiz Station since it sits on the intersection of Taft Avenue and Antonio S. Arnaiz Avenue. You'll find one southbound entrance beside Victory Pasay Mall's KFC and another one near Philtrust Bank Libertad. On the northbound side, you can enter through the entrance near Chowking Welcome Plaza branch or the entrance near the Parish of the Most Holy Trinity IFI. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs, since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances, and you must cross the street if you wish to access a different platform. Nearby landmarks at this train station include Cartimar Shopping Center, Dampasa Pasay, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasay, and Pasay City Hall. station is named this way because it sits on the intersection of Taft Avenue and EDSA, one of Metro Manila's busiest avenues. While you'll find various jeepneys bound for different areas of Metro Manila such as Makati, Taguig, Parañaque, and Muntinlupa, once you head down the station, you won't have to walk far to traverse Metro Manila since the station serves as a transfer hub, connecting you not only to the MRT-3 line but also the EDSA Carousel bus line. We have videos on both transport lines which you can find on our channel. On the southbound side, you can enter via the entrance beside 7-Eleven EDSA LRT Taft branch or the entrance near Tassie Thrift Shop. On the northbound side, enter near Shogun Suite Hotel or Lawson's Convenience Store in Harvard Suites. You can access both northbound and southbound platforms within the station via a flight of stairs. You'll find a TVM on the northbound side. Nearby landmarks at this station include Philippine Senate, San Juan de Dios Hospital, and the Partas Bus Terminal Pasay. If you're an Eraserheads fan, this station will be familiar to you. Featured in their song magazine, this station is popular for its access to various flea markets and its proximity to the Baclaran Church. On the southbound side, you can enter on either side of the Baclaran Terminal Plaza. On the northbound side, you can enter near Sunny Line Shopping Center or near LBC Express, LRT Baclaran Ranch near My Mall. The only way to access any of the platforms is by using the stairs, since there are no escalators or elevators at any of the entrances. However, the advantage at this station is that you can access both platforms via the concourse, regardless of where you enter. It just involves a bit of walking to get to the side of your desired platform. There is a TVM on the southbound side. This station is among the newer stations opened in 2024 and it sits right in front of SNR member shopping Aseana. The LRT-1 enters Parañaque through this station. The station is designed in such a way that there is only one set of turnstiles regardless of where you're entering from. This means that you can easily access both northbound and southbound platforms from the same concourse. You'll find multiple TVMs at the station. In terms of accessibility, there are elevators and escalators aside from stairs. Nearby landmarks at the station include SM Mall of Asia, Soler Resort, Department of Foreign Affairs, and Barcal. Similar to the previous station, the Mir Road station is designed in such a way that there is only one set of turnstiles regardless of where you are entering from. This means that you can easily access both northbound and southbound platforms from the same concourse. You'll find multiple TVMs at this station, and in terms of accessibility, there are elevators and escalators aside from stairs. While it is named after Airport Road, this station is not within the airport complex. The nearest airport terminal to the station is Terminal 2, and there is actually a station closer to the airport in general, which we'll discuss further into this video. Nearby landmarks at the station include Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Park and Fly, City of Dreams, and Ayala Malls, Manila Bay. The Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PITX, was introduced in November 2018 and is recognized as the Philippines' premier land port. It is a public transport hub that links Metro Manila to the southern provinces of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. What's more, it also serves the northern area of Luzon, particularly Baguio City. While the PITX station is also a newer station, its layout differs from the first two stations. Essentially, you will be able to access both northbound and southbound platforms regardless of where you enter, but it will take a bit of walking. The southbound entrance is connected to the PITX building, while the northbound entrance is still within the PITX complex but is across the road from the actual building. If you need to cross the northbound side to the southbound side and vice versa, you can use this bridge within the station. In terms of accessibility, this station is also equipped with multiple TVMs, elevators, and escalators. However, there is no escalator going up or down the bridge that connects the northbound and southbound platforms specifically. If you want more information on PITX, we have a few articles for you on our website, philippinebeaches.org. We also have a video dedicated to PITX coming up very soon. This station sits on top of a bridge. This won't really matter in terms of access to the platform since you can access both northbound and southbound platforms regardless of where you enter but it will matter if you're exiting in a certain direction.
Kay Aquino Avenue, napansin namin na merong exit 1 at exit 2. Kasi meron palang bridge na naghihiwalay sa kanilang dalawa. So kung dun ka sa side ng bridge na to, dun ka sa exit 1. Kung dito ka naman sa side ng bridge na to, dun ka sa exit 2.
To give you a clearer picture of the station's location, let's look at this map. Ninoy Aquino Avenue Station sits on the eastern bank of Parañaque River next to Santo Niño Bridge. Here's what you need to keep in mind. Whether you're getting off from the southbound or the northbound train, Exit 1 leads the side of the road where Sucat-bound or southbound jeeps pick up passengers, while Exit 2 directs you to the other side where Loton and Baclaran-bound or northbound jeeps pass. While this station is nearer to the airport, it's still around 2 kilometers away without a direct connection. The terminal nearest to the station is NAIA Terminal 1, which is a 10-minute drive away. Terminal 2 is a 15-minute drive away, and Terminal 3 is a 30 to 40-minute drive away. Also, just take note that if you plan on using the LRT-1 to travel to the airport, you cannot bring luggages larger than 2 feet by 3 feet on the train. You'll find multiple TVMs at the station. In terms of accessibility, there are elevators and escalators aside from stairs. Southbound, this is the last station of the LRT-1 line as of November 2024. Phase 2 of the Cavite extension isn't completed yet, so expect new stations to pop up southbound eventually. Naturally, you can access both southbound and northbound platforms from the same entrance. There are stairs, escalators, and elevators bound for either platform, and there are TVMs at this station as well. This station has only one entrance, which you can find near SM Sucat. However, near may still be a bit of a stretch since you need to cross a footbridge to get to Dr. Santos Station from the mall. Otherwise, you can also get dropped off near San Dionisio Barangay Hall, cross the street, and then walk to the station. Aside from SM Sucat Mall, nearby landmarks to the station include Olivares General Hospital and Premier Medical Center. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And save our promo codes for discounts. Join us next time as we explore more of Metro Manila.